Well, the Easter Bunny has come and gone, but some South Africans will be hopping mad still. Fuel prices went up at midnight, with some grades hitting 17 Rand a litre. Now get this, prices have climbed more than 40% since May last year. What's going on? Our reporter Michael Marillier is tracking the numbers for us. He joins us now live. So Mike, demand for oil has climbed, of course, as the global economy has improved. But this month, we're talking about a massive hike.
Yeah, Shahan, talk about bad luck for South Africans. We're facing all sorts of issues when it comes to these fuel prices. You know, normally when we talk about petrol and diesel going up, we're talking about cars, we're talking about bakkies, we're talking about minibus taxis. But this month, Shahan, we're talking about a ship. Remember that ship that got stuck in the Suez Canal and they couldn't dislodge it for several days? Well, that's one of the reasons that oil prices are going up this month. And of course, oil prices translate to fuel prices. And that Suez Canal controversy has caused all sorts of trouble. We've also seen the U.S. economy boosting prices because the United States is getting that economic stimulus program. So a lot of traders are expecting that will drive up the price of oil. And then here at home, Shahan, we're getting those taxes coming into effect. The road accident fund tax and, of course, the general fuel levy. They come into effect in April, so that's 28 cents. Which we're going to have to fork out and pay for in terms of the petrol prices as well. So a double whammy for South Africa, and it's all translating into some staggering numbers. What I'm going to show you here, Shahan, is the petrol prices, and I've put them in terms of cents, so don't worry, you're not paying 1,700 Rand for petrol. I've put it in terms of cents just so that you can see it in terms of scale. 17 Rand 32 is the price you'll pay for petrol 95 in Gauteng today. Back in April last year, it was 13 Rand 96. In May 2020, it was 12 Rand 22. You can see those prices right there. The ironic thing is, Shahan, in May last year, we were under lockdown, so we didn't really need to use our cars in the first place. Now we do need to drive around and look at the petrol prices, some staggering numbers. And I did the maths for you, Shahan. In terms of an average vehicle, so we're talking about a petrol tank of around about 45 litres to 50 litres. If you filled up today, you would pay an extra 225 Rand compared to what you would have paid in May last year. Now, 225 Rand might not sound like a lot, but remember, you may have to fill up 2, maybe even 3 times a month. So that is a lot of money. And as I mentioned, that's just for an average-sized car. If you're driving a car like Shahan's, you're going to have to pay even more, guys.
Yeah, I know. I feel the pain in my pocket, definitely. So I want to focus on inflation for a second. Of course, consumer products have to be transported, and transport requires fuel.
Absolutely. There is this ripple effect that you see in terms of fuel inflation, Shahan. There's a little bit of good news in that South Africa's inflation rate hasn't been terrible over the last few months. Let's take a quick look at those numbers and you'll see that, Shahan. So January this year, our overall inflation rate was 3.2%. February, it was even lower, 2.9%. And, you know, the Reserve Bank has this target range of between 3 and 6%. We've been really at the bottom of that target range, Shahan, as you can see right there. But petrol is the joker in the pack. We're now looking at inflation in terms of petrol of 6.1%. That's double the rate of overall inflation. And what you should see, Shahan, over the next few weeks and the next few months is that fuel inflation will start affecting the overall inflation rate, making the cost of food, making the cost of other consumer products even more expensive. So it is not a great month to be a South African consumer right now.
It's a terrible situation. Thanks for that, Michael Marillier.